The year is 1941. The world is at war. In the shipyards of Japan, a monster is being born. The largest battleship ever constructed, Yamato, is a symbol of Japan's imperial ambition. Her massive guns, a statement of power. Her thick armor, a promise of invincibility. To the Japanese people, Yamato is more than a ship. She is a god of war, destined to rule the waves. From the moment she slides into the water, Yamato is cloaked in secrecy. Her true size and power a closely guarded secret. Her early deployments are marked by caution. The Japanese admirals are reluctant to risk their prized warship in battle. But Yamato's time is coming. The tide of the war is turning against Japan, and soon the god of war will be called upon to fight. The early victories of the Imperial Japanese Navy had given way to a string of defeats. The Americans, with their industrial might, were pushing back. The once mighty Japanese fleet was a shadow of its former self. Fuel and experienced pilots were in short supply, yet the spirit of the samurai still burned bright. Japan would not surrender. Not while Yamato still sailed the seas. The stage was set for a final, desperate gamble. A last throw of the dice that would pit Yamato against the full might of the United States Navy. A battle that would seal the fate of Japan and etch the name Yamato into the annals of naval history. The god of war was about to meet his destiny. The year is 1945. The once mighty Japanese empire is crumbling. American forces are closing in on the Japanese mainland. The island of Okinawa, a key strategic target, is under attack. In a desperate attempt to buy time, the Japanese High Command devises a suicide mission. A one-way trip with no hope of return. Its name, Operation Tengo. Yamato, the pride of the Imperial fleet, is chosen for this suicide mission. Her mission to break through the American blockade and attack the Allied invasion fleet at Okinawa. Her orders to fight to the death, inflicting as much damage as possible. There is no expectation of victory, no hope of rescue. Yamato is to be sacrificed in a blaze of glory. The crew of Yamato knows what awaits them. They are sailors, not fools. The American carriers, with their swarms of aircraft, are a formidable foe. But these are samurai, warriors bound by duty and honor. They will fight to the end for their emperor and for Japan. They will make the enemy pay dearly for every inch of the ocean floor. As Yamato steams out of port, she is a lone wolf sailing into a sea of enemies. The fate of Japan rests on her broad shoulders. The crew, filled with a sense of foreboding, prepares for the inevitable. They know that their time is short, but they will face their destiny with courage and resolve. For they are the crew of the Yamato, and they will not go down without a fight. April 7th, 1945. The sun rises on a clear, calm day in the East China Sea. Aboard Yamato, the tension is palpable. The lookout spots them first. Dots on the horizon, growing larger by the minute. American carrier planes, hundreds of them, are approaching in waves. The final battle of the Yamato is about to begin. The first wave of torpedo bombers and dive bombers arrives just before noon. The sky is filled with the roar of engines and the thunder of anti-aircraft fire. Yamato, her massive guns blazing, fights back with every ounce of her strength. But the American air power is relentless. Bombs and torpedoes find their marks. One by one, the escorting destroyers are sunk. Still, Yamato fights on, a wounded giant under a storm of steel, but the end is inevitable. Hit after hit takes its toll. The ship begins to list heavily. Fires rage below decks. Ammunition explodes. The order is given to abandon ship. At 2:23 p.m., Yamato capsizes and explodes. The mushroom cloud rises miles into the air, a testament to the ship's immense firepower. Over 3,000 men perish in the inferno. The once mighty battleship, the pride of the Imperial fleet, is gone, swallowed by the sea, a monument to the folly of war. The sinking of the Yamato marked the end of an era. The age of the battleship was over. Air power had triumphed. Yamato's sacrifice, while futile in a strategic sense, served as a potent symbol of Japanese determination and the tragic cost of war. The ship and her crew had fought with honor and courage to the very end. In the aftermath of the war, Yamato took on a mythical status in Japanese culture. She became a symbol of both military might and the tragedy of lost potential. Her story served as a cautionary tale about the futility of war and the importance of peace. Today, the wreck of the Yamato lies on the seabed, a silent reminder of the terrible power of war. Her story continues to fascinate and inspire, a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of those who sailed on her final voyage. The god of war may have fallen, but his legend lives on. A stark warning from the past, echoing through the decades.